NQ is at point of control, whereas ES is at VWAP and value area high. So we have a little bit of a different read, and I attributed it to that news drop. This price action is going to kind of mess up our levels a little bit between the two indexes. So we will see how it pans out. Took a couple of trades this morning, and I attributed it to that news drop. Morning to everybody on YouTube. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. We're going to get some opportunities to trade. Okay. So I'm up 630 across. I have 4 Top Step accounts. I bought 5. I sized up, blew all of them at once, and now I'm back with 4 50Ks. So I was a little grandiose yesterday after the stream. That's all right. Really, it's I have no problem losing a little 750. Not ideal, but I made more than that in my cash account yesterday. I made almost $2 grand yesterday in cash. So a little offset. The big amount we need is money in versus money out. As long as I'm positive, I'm happy. So I'll be trading my Top 1 futures account and my Top Step X accounts. I have both. I have an instant funded Top 1. Then I'll do cash probably a little later after that. So I like to switch it up. So guys, I have a couple of new tools on the chart here today. These are, we had a member in our group yesterday post a chart, and I saw this indicator, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. What is that? So this is it's based, these two are based on the cumulative delta, which you all know is a tool I use. However, the problem I've been finding is finding a good cumulative delta tool on TradingView because of how they use data. I saw this on a member's chart and I touched base with them, and they put me in touch with the creator of these indicators, who's actually a very smart trader. I was actually pleased to meet his acquaintance, and we got chatting. He actually has worked at hedge funds. He has this great background, so it was really interesting and great to talk with. And he put these indicators together based on the cumulative delta. And so I'm just testing these out. You know, this is not an official part of anything yet. But so far, I am liking what I'm seeing. All right. Now, the problem with these type of indicators, I think there are people with sound. Let me just make sure everything is set up the way it should be. OBS. Okay, maybe that's better. I switched up the sound. Let me know better if this is better, guys. Okay. Cash is king, Jody says. Absolutely, but I trade all of it because I am a full-time trader. So I can sit here and trade my cash account, and then I can switch over to prop firms, and I can do whatever I want all day because all I do is trade. So it's awesome. All right, so these indicators are going to be based on the cumulative delta. When price action is smooth, like it is here, it gives you really nice reads. The problem is an extreme volatility, like this news drop, it's super laggy. All right, so it's not good here. This one is actually pretty effective. But if you actually merge the two, this is a cumulative delta smoothed out with Heikin Ashi, and a moving average, right, to get a general read on price action on ES. And this is cumulative delta designed to show divergences and general direction of the volume flow. So it's really cool. It looks really powerful. So we're going to test these out. If you guys like what you see, I have a link for 30% off, which is pretty cool. They're actually, it's not all that expensive to begin with, but that 30% off makes a big difference. And we'll see what we can do. It looks really powerful, Corey. I've used it this morning already on several trades, and I'm really pleased. You know, this would have kept us out of shorting so far, right? There's no short signal on the cumulative delta, right? So while we are at upper band and IB low yesterday, this is still showing a lot of buying strength. So I do not have the conviction to fade this level yet. Let's see if we get a turn here. Yeah, I mean, Lux Algo has some nice indicators too. Now, you know, I do believe, you know, there's a lot of indicators that I feel like are tough to use because of the lag factor. However, I do think there are some powerful indicators to help filter out trades. All right, so now we're getting a little bit of a sell side. Maybe we can get a little bit of a pop here.
A simple ceasefire is not enough to end the war in Ukraine.
All right, so no real confirmation yet to the downside, so we wait.
And they also add that to achieve a sustainable and lasting settlement of the Ukraine conflict, we need to address the integrated causes.
Looks like everything's getting bought up here. Here, let me grab it. Let's see. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm just trying to go through my stuff. Okay. You're ready. All right, let me drop that link. Okay.
Spot gold falls about 1%.
So again, really no sign of weakness here yet, which is kind of cool, right? Keeping me out of fading this. Till we get some type of confirmation to the downside here that we might go back to VWAP or lower band. Until then, this thing is strong, right? And there it goes, right? Wow, that was strong, huh? Glad we didn't fade that, right? And I have to say this indicator helped me stay out of fading that. The cumulative delta read on this shows nothing but buyers and strength. So no short. So we are still in an upwards rotation. right? So this is still going up, right? No selling yet. Does look like we're at the upper edge of this echelon, which is interesting. We're starting to see a curling here, but this still, all right? So we'll scalp on the way down once we get some confirmation. Until now, this is still just a pullback, in my opinion. All right, so we're trying to break into price discovery to the upside, right? But this level has been rejected multiple times, right? We could see this as being the top part of a heavy range, and we went to it to the tick. So this is going to be a, you know, a supply area for sure. Now, do they try and push through it is the question. We wait. All right. Does look like an interesting place to short based on the supply area that we pretty much had the entire Globex, at least for now. So I'll take a little bit of a short here. See if we can get a little downside. Consolidation here. So I'm short. Probably put a stop up here. 16.5. Looking for the fade value area extremes. We are at value area high on NQ. Now they could try and push this through. We will see. Actually go up to there. So we do have some selling pressure coming in. See if we can break through this upper band. So we have a flat VWAP, indication of a balanced market. I covered one. I'm going to move my stop to break even here. God damn, I hate it when that does that. Like it's about to stop me out. Break even there. Yep. So I covered one. Let's see how we do up here. Which chart, David? The top step X is just a seconds chart. When I'm doing ES, I need to see seconds because the moves are so much smaller.
Brushes you in your voices. We're prepared to consider the possibility of establishing a ceasefire to pave the way for a lasting settlement of the root causes of the conflict. To achieve this ceasefire, we need, at the very least, for Western states to stop supplying arms to Kiev, for Ukraine to stop its mobilization.
Okay. Sure looks like it wants to break out of here, doesn't it? And 20. Very strong, right? Careful with shorts here, guys. I only got covered on one contract, stopped out of my other at break even. So until we see a fundamental shift here, which it looks like it could be starting to do, we got to be patient. Like to see a revisit of maybe 9 or even 904. So I did grab a short here. Not all that exciting yet, but seems to be holding this level. So I'm not thrilled with it, to be honest. I got a hard stop in there at 18. And I'll move it to break even. Hopefully sooner than later here. Yeah. Give it a little time. Metal, they are. Yep. Zierman. Yep. I've been looking around for a good cumulative delta on TradingView, and this is the one I really like. So I've been looking for a good cumulative delta indicators that we can use because not everybody has Tradevate or has access to Tradevate. So this is the best one I found that I like so far. This is cumulative delta and BTS, break trend scalp. And then there's a 30% off. So we're looking to fade the value area extremes here, guys. Can we get some follow through is the question. Everything gets bought up. I want to move this up a little bit, maybe try to add up here. No, I think I'll get out and try to reposition. Buyers are losing their gusto a little bit, so we'll see. They're going to need to push through this area here. So far, it's holding. I'll put some music on. Okay, so NQ's up here, value area high. That's that. No position there. I do have a position here. All right, stopped out of that trade. Now I revisit. So do we try and buy? Sure looks like it wants higher. Initial balance. Everything gets bought up, guys. So far I'm looking long now. Let's go. Push through it. Stop at break even. Got to keep going. Stop is at break even. I don't want to see a rejection here. I'm not going to turn this trade into a loser. I'll get a little room. A lot of the selling is being absorbed, as you can see. So I like that. If we can clear this area, we might get a nice runner into price discovery. So just trying to be patient. So far, it's looking like a rejection. Dinesh, that's a new indicator I'm using on my screen here. It's a cumulative delta indicator. Now I'm gonna give it a little more room under here. Not much. Take a $125 loss if this keeps going. Does look to be keep getting bought up though. That's why I don't want to get stopped out so easily. Yes, it is looking like a rejection, but they could be using those shorts for fuel to break through this level. Just like that. So I don't want to be trapped short in what's clearly been a strong move. Here we go. See if we can break through this time. Break through and accept. If we break through and accept, we might go pretty far. So let's see. Nice. All right, that was a nice move. So now let's see if they can hold this level. Or it rejects again. It's like it's holding. All right, I created a nice link. How's everybody out in YouTube land doing? You guys are quiet today. Rounding out, seems like it's losing steam. I don't know. I still think it's strong. Yep. This is a new CVD Delta, new CVD TV indicator. I knew everybody was going to be asking about this thing. All right, that looks like a nice rejection, doesn't it? We get involved in this? All right, quick 200 bucks there. Up 205 in my top one. Small gains today. It's Friday. And top step 490 across 4 accounts. 490, almost 500 bucks. Hello, Obi-Wan Kenobi. How are you? So kind of a little bit of a momentum to the downside. Still holding upper band, guys. So this is, buyers are losing steam. However, it looks like there's a lot of passive buyers. So maybe we still get long. Bought up again. That fun. Longs are just paying like an ATM machine off that line, guys. Off that upper band on ES. But that could be it. Party could be over. Scalps short there. We are at the lower end of a distribution. So, I don't know how far we're going to drop here. So if you see the volume profile, we have this distribution right here, and we have a low volume pocket right here. It drops through that. We could be done with this area up here. Let's see what NQ looks like on this bad boy. Interesting, huh? Very interesting. That shouldn't be $100 per month, is it? It's 30% off too. Let's take a look. Well, you buy it quarterly, it's $60. You pay for 3 months plus 30% off that. It's like $100 for 3 months. $30 a month. $33 a month. All right, it's getting bought up there. Return to value. Look at that. I didn't even see that. We went to weekly VWAP to the tick. So do we go short here, or are they going to try and buy it up and push us through? Is this a trap? So I'm thinking return to value. Back test the band, short. You get the move down to VWAP or no? Beautiful. Break even. See if we get some nice follow through to the downside. VWAP's at 5. I'll take it here. Come on, push it. Jody said, what is the magical indicator saying? Magical indicators turned red. It's magic. Ooh la la. Again, guys, I am testing this out. This is not like a core part of my anything right now. I'm just seeing how it plays in with how we see cumulative delta. That's it. We'll see if it's... So far, it's given some pretty good signals. So we'll see. I'm not going to judge it based on one day or one trade. Yeah, it's free. You can watch mine. So far, it's saying down.
About 8 minutes ago, do we get the Canadian budget balance prime of 7.57 billion? That'll be for the month of March.
623 in the instant funded. Oh, probably should get rid of that limit order. Almost a VWAP. Five and 3/4 is VWAP. Little bounce there. Me up at 700. Nice. To the tick. Who caught that one? Quick 5 points. Oh, 4 points so far. 20 ticks. Nice, Corey. Gotta be quick with that. Nice, Jordy. He says we're still in positive GEX, so buy the dip is what the market will do. I don't short in positive GEX environments. Sounds good to me. What is the name of the CVD author? Zierman? Oxy, I pretty much go by the flow. I try to keep my R to R at least 1-to-1. Bare minimum. Are we going to get the further upside from here, or is this going to be an anemic VWAP bounce? CVD is saying high or low. I'll buy. I'll dip. I'll buy on this. Clear risk, you know, below VWAP, so why not? Booyah.
About 5 minutes to get the Canadian budget balance. Prior 7.57 billion.
Well, guys, this is just playing out real nice on ES. So far, so good. We called a beautiful return to value back test trade, and then we called a beautiful VWAP bounce back to back. Here's the back test short. Here was the VWAP bounce. Both played out to the tick on ES. Both setups, perfectly clean price action. We were buying longs here as it held upper band. Scalp longs. We did some shorts on the top of this value distribution. It's been a good day so far. Good day for the system. Now I am nothing. No, I'm flat right now. I wouldn't say short here. Even though yeah, I don't know. We're at point of control. So, I mean, it is a short. The cumulative delta is cautioning me to go short here. Well, could have worked out. Look at that. So far, so good. You probably use a get. Look at that. Sorry, David. Didn't mean to talk you out of that one. That would have been a good one.
EIA, US crude oil output rose to a record high in March.
Another trade. That was a fade value area extreme. The tick. Well, JD, what's our rules, right? So when we're in value, if we can't break out of value, we go to point of control. If we can't go through point of control, where do we go? Recent side of value. If we break through point of control, we get to lower value. I mean, it's playing out perfectly in tune with value trading. This is exactly how it behaves. If we don't go through VWAP or point of control, we go back to recent value. That's how it works. If you were looking for a coast-to-coast trade, didn't get through VWAP. So you should take partials at VWAP, and you could hold a runner to lower band. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I was cautious too. It did kind of drive up from there, but it was a beautiful fade value area extreme and point of control confluence. Well, we made a higher low and a lower low on price, so we had a divergence. So a lot of buyers bought that dip. What was the other question? The price was lower lows. Indicator was higher low, so divergence.
Less than a minute to go now till we get the Canadian budget balance data.
I wouldn't buy the VWAP again here, guys. No, sir.
Also, EIA says US product supply of crude oil and petroleum products fell
Bounced again.
to the lowest since March of 2024. Ten seconds to the data.
Thank you, Jordy. Out to call buying. Interesting.
Minus 23.
I used to watch. I watch a lot of that stuff, Jordy, when I trade credit spreads and options, which I don't do on this channel.
It's 23.88 billion.
Could be opportunity to go long here, guys. Clear risk point under VWAP.
According to Nikkei, DJI skips US for new flagship drone amid tariffs and security scrutiny.
Kind of anemic, huh?
Again, that's DJI, which is a Chinese tech company headquartered in Shenzhen, Guangdong.
Corey, nice.
They manufacture.
I used to write on paper all the time. I would keep a notebook. And after every trade, I would write down on paper what I did, what I thought. Something very valuable about pen and pad, even in the day of technology. I always keep a little notebook next to me. Yep, I agree with you. So we have a low volume area right here on the profile. Supporting VWAP, so we have some nice confluence at this level here. If we break this, we'll probably go down to 902. 902, 900.
Chinese drone maker DJI will not release the latest model in its flagship line in the US. A decision likely related to American tariffs on Chinese goods, as well as a clampdown on the company over security fears.
Got a bit of a long work in here. All right, that put me at 956 in my instant funded account, guys. I'm probably going to stop this one here. I'll switch back over to Top Step. Good for a Friday. Enter the weekend on a good note. So this one is done. 956. All traded on stream. This one is it's a 150. So I think I have like another 4 grand to go. Let me double check. Yeah. Let me see. Yep. 4,300 to go. Maybe next week if I do $1,000 a day. And then the payout is capped. It's 3,500 bucks, I think. Jordy S, do I do this every day? I do this every day. Monday through Friday, I stream live on YouTube and in my Discord. I'm actually just going to wrap up YouTube now because we stream live in the Discord the rest of the morning. There's a premium community. There's a week free trial in the description of this video. So you can check everything out, including my 8-module course, absolutely free. So that's in the description, traderdrysdale.com. Come check it out. Lots of great stuff in there for free. Then after a week, it's very cheap. So hopefully I'll see you guys in there. Everybody on YouTube, thanks for joining me today. Happy Friday. Hope everybody has a really nice weekend. If you are going to keep on trading, manage your risk, stay sharp out there. And for those of you in the Discord, we are going to keep on trading.